Okay, here we go. Welcome to Off Topic with Tim and Matt, our scrappy, unpredictable little sports podcast where we always go off topic. Okay, we're going to talk Major League Baseball, the golden days of summer. I guess the biggest topic for me as a Jays fan is the fact that they aren't sucking right now. They're actually doing really well, and they are about 6 games above 500, I guess.
Yep.
Which is very rare. There's Jeff Hoffman, their new closer, who's actually doing okay. They've won about 5 or 6, maybe 7 series in a row. They swept the Sacramento A's, and I'm like, okay, well, it's the A's. I mean, no. But then they beat Philly.
Yeah.
And they've taken 2 out of 3 so far, or 2, pardon me, of 3 out of Minnesota.
Yep.
Which is rare. And they're getting
Another
some really
good team.
clutch hits. Yeah, very good team.
They're 9-1 in their last 10. They've won 4 in a row, and they're 9-1 in their last 10. What can you say to that? I mean,
they're finally getting hits. That's what I can finally say.
We look at the standings, right?
Yeah.
For the season, and in their league, the American League. Come on, switch over. There we go. They're number 4.
Right?
They're
wild
number 4.
card. They're kind of in contending for the wild card. I mean, it's a long season. We've still got a lot to go.
Overall, they're 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11th. They're 11th overall in all
league
of Major League Baseball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
That's NL and AL.
yeah, that's everybody. They're doing great. And I mean, you got to look at it that there's still some brain farts because do you see the George Springer bouncing on third base?
Yes.
And he gets to third base, he's safe, he's all happy with himself, he starts jumping up and down. While he's in the air, the third baseman tags him. He's out. That's a live ball, George. I don't know what you're thinking there, George.
Just stop moving, George.
Yeah, just stand still.
But they won that game.
They did.
So they didn't cost them the game.
No.
So that's good.
But, those are the little things you got to clean up.
Right. And that's George Springer doesn't make those kind of dumb mistakes
Yeah.
ever. So he just screwed up once and, whatever.
Exactly.
But the most telling one was against Philly. So what's interesting about the Philly series is Jordan Romano pitched as the closer for the Jays for many, many years and got sort of cut by them this season. So he had some off-season elbow surgery. His rehab wasn't going too well. So they sort of said, we're just going to release you. You can go free agent, sign wherever you want. So he goes to Philly.
Right.
Philly had let go of Jeff Hoffman, who the Jays then picked up.
Yeah.
So they swapped starters. So closers. Thank you. So he comes to Toronto, and there's Jordan Romano, game 1, sitting in the bullpen, and they do this wonderful video tribute to him. Okay?
Yeah.
And the Jays take the first couple of games or something, or lose the first game and win the next one. So the third game comes up, 9th inning, 2 out, Jordan Romano on the mound. Vladdy gets a single, and when he follows through in his swing, he hits the catcher in the side of the head and knocks him out of the game, which isn't funny. I mean, baseball bat to the head.
Right, yeah.
Being a catcher is not an easy job. So he gets the first, and they bring a new catcher in, and he hasn't had time to warm up. So they steal. And the catcher is the MLB guy, so nearly took out Jordan Romano with his throw because he hadn't warmed up. He's got 100 miles an hour. And it's way off, and Vladdy gets in there no problem. Now Kirk comes up to hit.
Yeah.
Alejandro Kirk's the catcher. He's been on fire lately. Been 350 in the past 12, 13 games. But he caught exclusively for Jordan Romano for years, 8 years. Gets up there, and 5 pitches later, opposite field, goes yard, right over the fence, game over, and it's just you got to be kidding me. They beat Philly, which I didn't think they were going to beat at all.
Yeah.
And now
they won that series.
They won that series, and now they've won the series against Minnesota. They play, I think, right now for another hour or two, and they could sweep Philly or Minnesota, but I don't know. But the Jays still have some problems, right?
Yeah.
They don't have a 4th and 5th starter. Bowden Francis is the middle reliever, who's sort of warm bodying it and not terrible, keeps them in it. 5th starter, they're just pulling whoever they got out of the minors.
Yeah.
Trying to get them up there bullpen days. Vladdy and Bo are still hitting, but they still need Kirk and Springer and a few other guys to hit. And
well, you got to build around you get your stars, like you have Vladdy and Bo.
Yeah.
So you get your stars, but you got to have the guys around them hitting too.
Right.
So I mean, you get Kirk's on it and Springer's on it. you're going to get some,
Right.
Varsho,
He's on the DL, which is
Oh,
good.
is he on the DL?
Yeah, he's got a
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
He's hurt his leg, but he had a bad shoulder. It's kind of good that he's on the DL because
yeah,
Miles Straw is playing a way better. He's way more mobile out there. So
yeah. So, I mean, then you flip over to my side of the fence where Tony Goslin,
Gonsolin.
was just placed on the 15-day injured list. He's a starter for the Dodgers, which now has 14 pitchers on the IL.
But they're still winning though.
And they're still winning. They're
That's
still
the
winning.
crazy part. They're still winning.
I mean, they're out hitting in a lot of the games.
Yeah.
Which is good because they have to.
Shohei. I tuned in. I mean, the Jays, go back to the Jays, home run leaders, 8 home runs, 7 home runs, 6 home runs. Shohei's got what, 23, 24?
23 right
It's
now,
like,
yeah.
and like 50 something
maybe
RBIs. They're like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my God, it's just
It's crazy.
insane.
Yeah. But you got like Tyler Glasnow, Roki Sasaki, and Blake Snell, and Tony Gonsolin. That's a starting rotation for a winning team.
And they're all in the DL.
All on the DL right now.
Well, Corbin Burns,
Yeah.
with the Diamondbacks, blew his elbow out, and he's got to go for Tommy John. And I saw a stat. There were more guys this season going for Tommy John than for the entire 1990s.
Yeah.
It's a real problem, guys blowing their arms out.
Well, it's because and they're pitching less too. That's the other thing too.
Yeah.
You're not having guys pitch 7, 8 innings anymore. They're
No.
5 innings and out. But
Pardon me.
they found this rotation, the way they can deliver the ball that is hard on the elbow,
Yeah.
right? But it gives a nice curve.
Yeah.
Or a nice slide. Or
Yeah.
and the reason they didn't do it before is because it ate up arms.
Yeah.
Well, now they're eating up arms.
Yeah.
Because they're finding that, especially with the middle relievers, they're a dime a dozen. Like
Yeah.
you said, you pull them up from AAA.
Yeah.
You pull them up from AAA. Burn them out, right? But, you look at Luis Garcia, Brad Gratterall, Michael Grove, Edgardo Enrique, Kyle Hurt, Evan Phillips, River Ryan. Like these guys, Gavin Stone, breakthrough.
All going for Tommy John.
All on the injured list for the
Yeah.
Dodgers.
Yeah.
And it's all elbow related.
Yeah.
All-
There was an ESPN or MLB or ESPN reporter years ago that went out of his way. He wanted to get a campaign going to block speed guns in Little League.
Yeah.
Because all these kids think they have to throw it 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And they don't. And you're getting 16-year-olds. There's 16-year-olds going for Tommy John.
Well,
Like, it used to be guys who were, like, in their twilight of their careers, in their 30s going, and now they're doing their 16.
yeah.
And it's
well,
just-
it's the shoulder when you're trying to throw the fire like that.
Yeah.
You're pretty much because you're flinging your arm
And you're burning
and you're
out.
pulling your shoulder, and you
Yeah.
start to the rotator cuff starts to tear.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, and then but it's the slider and the curve that you shouldn't be teaching a teenager.
No.
Or a preteen, anyways.
Yeah. Well, you learn it, like you played, so you know better than I do. But I always was told you didn't learn how to throw a curveball until your first pro contract.
Yeah.
You got to the minors in lower A ball, and then you develop your curveball.
Yeah.
So you're 18 years old, and you've developed your shoulder, and it's just, fastball, slide maybe off speed pitch,
Change up. Yeah.
change up.
Yeah.
And people are addicted to speed. Like they think, oh, if I throw 100 miles an hour, the scout's going to want me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can throw 100 miles an hour, and some kid's just going to wait for your 100 mile an hour pitch right down Broadway, and he's going to send it 400 feet the other direction.
Yeah.
Because the pitchers or the hitters are just keeping up just as much as everybody else.
Yeah.
And it's just,
So-
we see these problems with sports like hockey, 12 months out of the year, football, 12 months out of the year. They're just burning kids out. And everyone says stop doing this, and nobody does.
Well, you get people online too complain that a pitcher's on a pitch count.
Yeah.
Right? And I think pitch counts are a good idea.
Of course they are.
When I coach mosquito baseball, which is, 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
Right? But we had pitch counts. They couldn't throw. They had a limited number of pitches they could throw in a week.
Yeah. Well, what he's on if he's winning, you could have a no-hitter. He's 10.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter at that age.
No.
If we're gonna burn out his arm,
Yeah.
then that's his glory days.
He's not going pro. Like in 5 years, he may want to play lacrosse and not play baseball anymore.
Yeah. So
It's just it's nuts. But what do you do? I mean, the Jays had a minor leaguer pitch a no-hitter for the Fisher Cats yesterday.
yeah.
I mean, that may be the last time you even hear of him, and he's playing pro baseball, right? Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So Paul Skeens throws 100 miles an hour, and people miss the point. It's not his velocity that makes him good. It's the movement on the pitches. The nasty on those pitches that major league hitters can hit 100 miles an hour, no problem, right? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah. Anyway, so the Jays are doing good. They need another fourth or fifth starter. I mean, there's rumors swirling that Pittsburgh might move Paul Skeens. The Jays have nothing to send to anybody in terms they have nothing in the farm system, 2 or 3 guys. So he's not coming to Toronto, that's for sure.
No, the Dodgers already got his jersey ready for him.
Just send the money.
So,
here's $100 million.
other big news, because we talked about the AUSL last week.
Yes.
Our last show.
The Longhorns.
So, AUSL is the Athletes Unlimited Softball League.
Women's
Fast
softball.
pitch. Here it was the Women's College World Series.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech against Texas.
The Longhorns.
Number 6 Texas against the number 12 Texas Tech. Right? So you got to think of all the numbers in between there that got knocked out by eliminated and whatnot. And Texas Tech actually took out number 2 Oklahoma.
They were, I think, the reigning champs. Oklahoma was the reigning
Yeah.
champ. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they also took out the number 9 UCLA.
Okay.
So I mean, they played well getting in there, and they ended up in the championship best of 3, where Texas took it 2-1 against Texas Tech. So
unbelievable.
game 1 was a bit of a barn burner, 2-1. Game 2 was a barn burner, 4-3, and then it was
A blowout, I think, for the game 3.
Oh, they got no score. It's just Texas.
We saw a clip. It was 5-0 on a grand salami
Yeah.
by
So
Texas.
yeah, they don't have the score here. So.
But I only got to see highlights because the cable package just doesn't get. I don't get to see the
10 to
games.
4.
10 to 4.
Yeah.
But I noticed a few things. It's really fun to watch. Like those athletes, man, they play for keeps.
Yeah.
And the crowd was huge. Like it was sold out. They had to have at least 15, 20,000 people there going crazy, jumping up and down.
It's a huge sport.
It is. And what's interesting, because you watch it long enough, and I'm like, how do they make these plays, especially in the infield?
Yeah.
Like, they go to bunt, the ball pops up, and the third baseman comes charging in, diving catch off her knees, gets the runner, leading off a first. Like, how did you do that? Because the ball is bigger, so it moves slower. And it gives them more reaction time.
Yes and
Right?
no. I mean that ball's still booking it.
But I'm talking into like hardball, that ball's going way faster.
Yes.
It's going 100 miles an hour.
And it's smaller and it's a bit
Yeah.
harder to get a hold of.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take anything away from the training that these women do.
Oh no! Look, I'm not.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is the bigger ball. I'm not taking away from the athletes, but the bigger ball allows for better reaction time.
Better reaction
It's
time,
men's
yeah.
or women's. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If the ball's moving slower, so the people in the field, the infield, can act quicker. And they showed Texas Tech in one play, the third baseman dives, catches it, and toe drags across third base to get the double play. I'm like, oh my! You just don't see that in hardball because
No.
it's just moving too quick, right?
Yeah. And I think that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
What I love is the pitching because it comes off that hip. So in baseball,
Shot.
your arm's coming over. You're watching the hand, the ball come out. When that ball comes out, it's disappearing behind the body and coming out at the hip.
Right.
And it's coming out fast with movement.
Yeah.
Up, down, slide, curve, change up. It's
Slurve.
crazy.
Yeah.
Slurve.
And the nice thing is, because of the windup, that's a natural motion for your arm.
Yeah.
So they're not blowing their shoulders
Yeah,
out.
100%.
Right? So they can play college baseball due to the USFL and still have like full mobility of their shoulder for the rest of their lives. So.
Oh, you watch some of these balls, and they do it, and they'll do it in slow motion, and it looks like it's on a roller coaster. It's going like this, coming towards the plate,
Really good. Really exciting.
and it's coming at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's not the 100 miles an hour that you get in the majors, but it's still 70 miles an hour. It's pretty fast.
That's pretty fast.
Just stop a car going 70 miles an hour with your face. That's gonna hurt.
With your face.
With your
Yeah.
face. So that ball's flying in there, and it's moving around on you. So those hitters, like, you've got to be ready to go.
You do. You
Yeah.
do. But I mean, for me, it's just the reaction of the plays on the infield.
Yeah.
These crazy, like,
I can't wait for this that AUSL
Yeah, I
series.
just hope it gets broadcast because I would have loved to watch that, but if you don't
Yeah.
have ESPN, you just don't get to see it, right? You think somebody would have picked it up? But
Wow, it's so hard to watch sports now because there's so many different streaming services.
know.
I think it was something like you'd have to pay $1,000 to watch every NFL game this year.
Yeah,
Between all
DAZN
the different
and
well,
NFL
DAZN has them all.
yeah,
So like us in Canada, we're actually kind of lucky. But down in the States, unless you go with the NFL package,
okay.
right? I don't even know if they do NFL Game Day anymore. But I mean, some are on Apple, and some are on Amazon, and some are on Netflix, and some are on this.
See,
and
that
some
I
are
don't
on
agree
that.
with at all.
What are you doing, guys?
I know.
Like seriously. So
Sesame Street is having a problem right now because kids just don't watch regular TV anymore.
Yeah.
It's on PBS. And they're like, do we go on streaming? Like, what do we do? And PBS does not have a lot of money, so it's not like they can just start up their own streaming thing, but we'll
Yeah.
have to figure it out. So, yeah. I mean, streaming's good because you still get so much variety, but if you don't get the thing, you see, so you watch the Academy Awards. Well, this movie won the Academy Award. Well, I'm never going to watch it because I don't have that streaming service.
yeah,
And it's just like, really?
Yep.
And you go to a movie theater with Ferrari, like my son and I went to see Ferrari with Enzo, and there's 4 of us in the theater.
yeah.
It's completely empty. It's like, well, it used to be fun.
I went yesterday to a movie with my son,
Yeah.
my oldest boy. It's Thunderbolts. It's been out for a month and a half.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been out for a while. But we sat in a theater with 4 other people.
Yeah.
There were 6 of us total.
Now, to sort of then, like Mission Impossible, I think sold out. Some of the what movie did my wife go see? It's not animated with Lucy, and there were a lot of people there and stuff.
Right, yeah,
But
yeah.
generally speaking, it just doesn't sell
Yeah.
out anymore, and it's
It's crazy.
it's too bad because going out to see movies is fun, but people stay in.
Don't make
so.
it so expensive.
Well, it's not even that. You don't have to go.
Yeah.
You don't have to go. Like, you just stay home, watch it on TV. Like, you don't have to go. It used to be live music, and then Much Music came along and MTV, and then boom, we stopped watching live concerts. So all the concert vendors shut down. You can't see live bands anymore.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
So then you're doing that to sports. I mean, the Jays had Friday night games on Apple for a while. Like, I'm not going to get for a Jays game. Seattle's got Roots TV. You can't watch it on Cairo 5 anymore, King 5,
Yeah.
Cairo 7 or whatever. And it's like, well, I'm not going to pay money to see the Seattle Mariners. I used to enjoy watching them, but anyway. So that's my little rant. That's good. Anything else from MLB you want to talk about?
Nothing off the top of my head.
Draft coming up. When's the first draft coming up?
July.
July.
Okay.
July.
I want to say 5th, but I think.
Well, we'll talk about it in July. So no one's getting too excited about the MLB draft right now, unless you're like going in the top 5. Do we know when?
July 13th, 14th
There
in
you
Atlanta.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
In Atlanta. Okay. Like, subscribe, comment, off topic with Tim and Matt on YouTube, and we have our Facebook page. I know
Off
about that
topic
now.
with Tim and Matt.
Off topic with Tim and Matt. Thanks for tuning in. Muay Thai Gladiators. My son is fighting June 27th in Langley. Eventbrite. EVENTBRITE.ca. All one word. Sign up. It's a great event. Muay Thai.
Muay
Thanks
Thai.
Muay Thai.
Muay.
The guy that does the ring announcing keeps calling it Muay Thai.
Muay
And
Thai.
I'm just like, oh my God, dude, how do you not know? They're paying you to do this. It's great. It's a great day. So come on out. Okay, that's it for us. Off Topic with Tim and Matt, our great little sports podcast where we always go
Off topic.
Go Jays. Keep winning. Stop sucking.